Hello YouTube fans, it's your boy Brad here with another video. Today we'll be looking at outdoor TV antennas. This antenna that you're looking at on the top of my house is my third outdoor TV antenna that I've purchased, trying to bring in my local stations here in West Texas. I wanted to do this video because I got this antenna off of Facebook Marketplace for the unbelievable price of just 20 bucks. I've had two antennas before this, and I will show you those in a minute. But this antenna, as odd as it looked, has outperformed both of those antennas by a long shot. Here, next, I'll be showing you the antennas that I have. Here we go. I have some printouts here of my prior antennas. This was my first outdoor antenna that I installed on my house. This is one the antenna man says, please do not buy this piece of junk. I wouldn't totally call it a piece of junk, although it is cheaply made. This will do pretty good actually if your stations are really close. The one thing I hated was, of course, I mean, for the price, you see it's $31. I think I spent about $25 years ago when I bought this. It didn't, even with storms that came through, it did not break this antenna. Let me say that. It did not break it, but I think the amplifiers had started to go. But one thing I did not like was, you'll see that this antenna now comes with this controller and a different box. There's two that I see on the market now, but it's the same antenna. But you could never tell what direction it was turned to. You could take the remote, point it towards this receiver, which is a receiver slash built-in amplifier, and turn it different directions. If you had it off on a pole a little further from your house where you could look out a window, you could see which way you were turning it, that would be great. But you know, if you can get it really cheap, you know, I'm not going to dog it, but he says don't buy this. It is not the greatest antenna. You see it says 150-mile range. No antenna is going to probably get you that. Okay, the next antenna that I purchased is the one here you see leaning against the wall. This one I just took down. This was a recommendation by Antenna Man. I have to say it is a well-built quality antenna. It's about 5.5 feet tall, so it is a big antenna. The one thing I did not like about this antenna, for one thing, is that you see the mount here, and you see how much of the antenna is forward the mounting bracket. This antenna is nose heavy. That's maybe not a big deal to most people, but I do a lot of RC flying and stuff like that, and balance, you want things to be balanced, but it is very nose heavy. I took a weight, actually a horseshoe, to put on the backside here to make it a little bit more balanced so that it's not stressing the pole. But at first it seemed to be a really good antenna. It was bringing in stations, but I don't know what happened. I just couldn't get it to really bring everything in. If I swung the antenna around, I would get some and not others. It just didn't work out. When I purchased this antenna, it was only unbelievably 60 bucks. When I purchased this antenna over, say, a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, it was $60. That antenna is now $130. Here we are in November, the year 2021. Inflation, who knows, but it has gone through the roof. Like I say, it was an okay antenna. Now, the antenna that I have right now, the one that I mentioned, that I showed to you a moment ago, is this antenna, the Televes DiNova Boss. Again, I got this just on a whim off of Facebook Marketplace. the guy had replaced his antenna with a different one. I think he had a Clearview actually antenna, which are actually great antennas. If you just want to go straight there, get probably one of the best antennas. Probably get a Clearview. It's an odd looking antenna with circles. It's like 2 circles, or some of them have 1, and they look plastic, but even Antenna Man said the Clearview antenna is very well built, and antenna that really brings in the stations, and to be honest. But this worked out great. It says antenna with LTE filter. I purchased antenna and I only got this part. I'm going to show you this next page. For 88 bucks for the antenna and this was all on the same pictures. It comes with this amplifier. I do not have the amplifier for this antenna, and when I talked to the guy, he said he didn't have the amplifier. So maybe he bought it secondhand also. But it comes with the amplifier. It looked like it has 1 input, 2 outputs for 2 different antennas. But for $88 versus this antenna, which is now $130, I would say, please guys, try this one. Try this one first. It might not look like much. It really doesn't. It's an odd looking antenna. It has some weight to it actually. I mean, you would think it's just a piece of plastic, but there's something inside. And even Antenna Man was impressed with this particular antenna. When he tried it, he got some really good reception on it also. Just kind of mention here again, my stations on eBay, on Amazon, someone asked to just bring in the lower stations. Now, of course, you know, stations are on different channels. This says digital TV channel 11 through 19, 11, 16, 19. That's what I have. But this is all we have where I am. You know, we're not in a big city. These stations are stations 3 through, you know, the lower end 3 through 5 and up. It's, see, there's UHF. I try to hold that a little closer. Hope you can see it. UHF down here, band, and the VHF is up here. Again, my the transmitters, well, it shows on here that they're 16 miles and 26 miles. So that's what I'm dealing with as far as reception and where the antennas are, the transmit towers are. So again, I just kind of want to show that size, here we go, isn't everything. That antenna, huge antenna. I bet it's a really good antenna still, but you know, for your area where you live, how many obstructions are between you and the towers, where the towers are. Unfortunately, our towers are in different directions. There's 2 east of here. 1 is northwest, and there's another one. But they're in odd locations, so we're not shooting in one direction. Maybe that's the problem that I was having. So there you go, guys. Hope that works for you guys. Y'all have a blessed day. If you like my material, if you like what you see, please hit the like button and subscribe. Y'all be good.